This is a real-world comparison of the Asus Zenfone 6 and the Asus Zenfone 7 Pro. These two bandits. I'm gonna do a four-parter actually. Number one, the physics check of the appearance of these phones, what you get on the outside. Number two, a software comparison, and number three, a speed test comparison. The fourth part I'm going to do in a separate video, so check out the link, and that is of course the camera comparison. Check out the link at the end of the video and also down in the description. Okay, so let's start off just by comparing the software on these two beasts. So actually we could start off by comparing the screen. The screen is an IPS LCD on this one, and it's not that it's not good, but compared to an AMOLED screen, there's just something about this one over here. Now I've turned the brightness a little bit down on this one, so this wouldn't like over trump the Zenfone 6 all the time. What I really wanted to show you was in the settings. I'll just run them through for you, all of them, really quick, because I know there are some nerds of you out there. So let's just go down. Start at the very bottom, just to, even though it's not in your language, just look and see that so much of this is completely the same. Also, you have the same amount of choices here. The only difference is that this has settings for developer open because I've just 3 times pressed about the phone, so I could open some developer settings for the Zenfone 6, and you can see up here it's the Zenfone 6 and it's the Zenfone 7 Pro. Both of them has got Android 11. So let's go out. So that was the system. Then you have Google services. Then you have digital balance and child safety. That helping functions. You can see all of it is like almost the same because they've updated the Zenfone 6 to be with this kind of the same software all everywhere as much as they could. Counts is always just, it's also just your counts. Then you have advanced. Then in advanced you have a small slight difference. You have the smart button you can toggle on and off on the Zenfone 6 because you have that Google Assistant button. You can choose some different settings for that one. Let's just go into that. You can see press twice, call the Google Assistant, press and hold, speak with the Google Assistant. I also think there was even some other choices you could make. Then we have a thing called phone management. You can see there's actually, well, there's 8 GB of RAM in the Zenfone 7 and 6 GB of RAM in the Zenfone 6. And of course it's most, you know this, if you have tried a Xiaomi phone, you will know that this is how it works. Game Genie, twin apps, security, that's the emergency thingy. OptiFlex, I'm very glad I have that because I have no idea as to what it is. Oh, OptiFlex accelerates and the app starters, reduces app rereadings and saves you standby start. Then we have movements. That is gonna be like, oh, it was actually a little bit of a difference in openings time right there, right? So we have closed screen and different stuff. Hands up, shut screen, double press to wake, double tap to wake the screen actually. You have there. That's pretty cool. And there was also the swiping. You can like the S to open the camera. Let's just turn it on also on the Zenfone 6. So well, yeah, there you have actually the glove mode and pocket mode, turn on off. What else do we get? Then you got, of course, location on off. Security, you can see. By the way, that's an interesting thing about the security. Of course, with a flip phone, it's not that useful to have face unlock. Both of them actually have it, but it's kind of stupid. So Yeah. But instead of face recognition, of course, you have the screen lock pin code, you have fingerprint unlock. Yeah. So that's basically it. Then you have the battery. That's actually kind of interesting because the dude that has bought this Zenfone 7 and 6 of me, he was very eminent that it should have this called battery care thing. So what it tells me, the battery care, I'll set it to now, I'll set it to slow charging instead of, slow charging is with 10 watts charge instead of like the 30 watt charges in the boxes. And then you can also plan the charging period, but then this is kind of very interesting because also if you have an iPhone, they advise you to not charge to more than like 80%. Because that helps to prolong the battery life. And then here in the Zenfones, you can just set it. 100% the old style, 9% like a little bit more than 80. And that was this guy who bought the Zenfone 6 of me. His criteria for his decision making on buying this phone that it had this in the phone. So that's kind of cute. But there's lots of other settings you can of course tweak in regards to battery life. Then of course you have the storage. The storage you have on the Zenfone 6, you actually only have, but you have 128 gigabytes of storage. Whereas on the Zenfone 7 you have 256 gigabytes of storage. When you're in the end of the software walkthrough, you have wired or connected units, and you can just activate Bluetooth and stuff. So that's pretty much what it's about. And then the last thing, you got network and internet. And all the reason why I just wanted to show you all this is just because to show you how almost the same these two phones are in the software setup in the the software setup. You can see it is actually sort of the same phone, I would say. Where you really set these two phones apart, aside of the little speed difference, is of course in the camera department, and that camera comparison can be seen up here if you press this link up here or down in the description. Tell me if you want to have anything more, anything more about the Zenfone 7 Pro. I now have it in my possession. I will be using this phone as my primary video phone, I think, over the next year, as this one has done. I took this one into use in February 2020, and it's lasted me until now, the 2nd of May 2021, as my primary video phone. So this is my new primary video phone, and I hope it's up for the job. By the way, you have a mic there also, of course. That's pretty cool to get some better mic focusing. Also more on mic focusing in the video comparison of these two guys. Press up there now, and this is me, Brian, your tech fan, signing off. See you in the next one.